Well, Steve, commiserations. You have to defend set pieces, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, no, without doubt. And listen, I've already done a couple of interviews now, and I can't look past how we were on the goals. You know, the first goal we've obviously gifted them through a lack of concentration and being ready to start the game. And then we do really well to go 2-1 up, and then we concede a corner within 3 or 4 seconds of kickoff through lack of winning duels and picking up seconds, and then players losing their men for the second corner, their second goal. And then the third goal, it's our throw-in the middle of the pitch, and 4 or 5 seconds later we're defending a corner again, and once again players letting their men go and not showing at that moment in time enough desire to be better or not get the beating of by your opponent. And like I said, we can look at everything that went on in between them games, but I keep going back to how we were as individuals on them 3 goals.
You had to make a change. I know that after the Luton game that you were talking about substitutions. You had to make a triple change.
Yeah,
it looked like you had to. I mean, Murillo could hardly move, could he? But I just wonder if that had an effect in terms of who's picking men up.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But players knew exactly who they were supposed to be marking. Now, they're unfortunate substitutions. They're all forced, apart from the one right at the end with Divock. Murillo's come off with a hamstring. Taiwo was spent, and Ola as well was feeling something. So yeah, but at the same time, substitutions are a common thing, and when players go on, they need to know their responsibilities, and they do, because we train everybody for the game. So we know that, and in the end, we can see where it went wrong, and the players can see where it went wrong because of who should have been doing what, because it wasn't a lack of planning or strategy. It was a lack of, at that moment in time, just doing your job.
And against James Ward-Prowse as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have known, as you just said, the planning was there. You'd have known exactly what to expect, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Well, like I said, whether it's Southampton in the past or West Ham now, he's as good as there is. But it can be the best delivery in the world, or not a good delivery in the world. If you're not willing to do your job and head the ball and have a desire to be better than your opponent, then it doesn't matter how good the delivery is. And unfortunately, on them 2 goals, we didn't do our jobs well enough.
Done so well to get back in after the early setback to re-establish yourselves in the game and then get in front.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying you can't look past the goals, because we've gifted them the first goal, and then we have to work hard to get back into it. We should go 2-1 up, really, with Teed early on in the second half. We do go 2-1 up and look like the team that we're going to win the game. I said, I'm not disappointed. I would have been disappointed if we'd drawn today. Never mind losing. So. It's just a massive, massive missed opportunity, and we knew it was going to be an opportunity for us as well.
I think there is a statistic, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, Steve, forgive me, but there's been a bit of a habit of getting into really good positions in games and not being able to see them out. Is it a mentality thing? Is it just how difficult it is in the Premier League, or what?
Well, all of them things, but we won't look past ourselves, so we're not going to just say it's difficult in the Premier League and this is what happens, because I go back to the goals. If we want to look at the goals, then it's come down to individual desire, mentality, concentration, confidence, whatever you want to say. We have let ourselves down in them moments. And that's what's cost us today.
But until that point, you're 2-1 up. All of those things were there, weren't they?
Yeah, there were some things that we had to challenge the players with half time. If you think about the start of the game, we were too passive. We were not progressive enough with our passing, and it took a little while to just have a bit of belief. And we talked about it all week. We've done well to go 2-1 up, and we've thrown it away. There's no doubt about that. We've thrown it away, and that's something we have to live with. But it's easy to see why we have.
You mentioned Murillo's hamstring. It looked like he was struggling to walk at the end of the game when he came off the bench. That's horrible for him in his stage of his English life, if you like. His career.
Yeah, because he was doing great again, and he's so important becoming so important to our in possession game. And actually, he was defending the set place really well. So that's been unlucky. That's cost us as well. So yes, hope it's not too bad. It's definitely a hamstring, but fingers crossed it's not too bad.
And Dominguez, he took off at half time. Was he struggling as well, or was that just a tactical thing?
No, that was a tactical change, to be fair. We just felt we needed a bit more legs in a certain area of the pitch. And then Danilo obviously is a player that we feel can show good athleticism, I should say. It was just a change that we felt was needed. Nico had been struggling a little bit with an illness, but there's no excuse. He was ready to play the game. Just didn't quite feel we were getting enough sort of breakaway in midfield in terms of what was needed. And Danilo's good at that, and did some decent things, you know. But like I said, all of the good things we might have done in the game is hard to think about at the moment because of the result and how we've given them goals away.
And probably not nice that you've got 2 weeks to have to lick your wounds.
Well, we have to. It's our own fault. We have to live with it. You know, you're right. It's one of the worst things that happen in a season is when you go into an international break on a loss, because you have to carry it with you. But we have to blame ourselves.